Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 5 of the Comeback Corner. I'm your host, Mark Jennison, and I just want to say thanks for tuning in. You know, this week, last week, all 5 weeks. I'm just going to keep tonight kind of light and exciting because, you know, we dove into my past the first few weeks. Then we brought Ron on, talked about massive action, kind of all tied into addiction. So this week I kind of want to concentrate on giving back. Today, I am actually 8 months sober, clean and sober today, and I'm pretty proud of that. And I got tremendous amount of in-point love from people, tons of likes, tons of comments, tons of messages. People said I'm changing their life, and I want to show this side of where I'm at. That it wasn't so. It's not just so bad, you know. It's not just such a gross life that I'm actually able to turn this into something, and I'm truly going to help people. So, you know, I'm gonna let a couple cats out of the bag here. Where I'm at right now in my journey is I'm building a sales training platform, a motivational training platform, looking to mentor some people, do some live seminars. I'm truly working on me, trying to get myself figured out and how I can actually reach as many people, give hope to the hopeless, and reach as many people out in the world as I can. And so tonight we're just kind of winging it. Like I said, I'm in a good mood. I don't want to touch base. I have a kid here who's been, he's been on selling cars for 4 or 5 months now. He's been hanging around at the shows here every night. He's been, became part of the team, kind of, if you will. And I've been watching him this month. He's doing great. He's got 11 cars already down the road, which is a huge improvement from where he was at. You know, he was doing 4 or 5 cars a month, and then all of a sudden now he pretty much doubled it. So for him, he's catching an impact. I like to believe from hanging late with me at night, taking tips from me, watching the show, hanging out with the other guys, and putting himself, truly surrounding himself with people. He elevated the people he's around, not just me, the people in the dealership, the way he's training, the way he's working, all that stuff. So I'm going to talk about him in a little bit, but tonight I really just want to say thank you, because it's 8 months exactly isn't really a big deal, right? It's 8 months, 240 days. It's not special. It's not like your first 100 days. It's not your first 30 days. It's not your 1 year. But what I'm going to go through right now from the next 8 months to the 12 years, I've accomplished almost every goal that I've put my mind to in this world. But guess what? I've never achieved 1 year of pure, clean sobriety. It's eluded me over and over and over. And it always seems like what I have, because I have my relapses around the same time, I always end up facing the time again, almost like seasonal, when I have to get through it and fight through it. So it's going to be interesting to watch. I will be okay. I'm going to beat it. I'm going to dominate it. But the next 4 months are going to be really a huge testing, growing period of my life that I can't wait to have you guys go through with me, and to basically show everyone this struggle, as stupid as it is, the struggle is real, and I'm going to beat it. So sit back tonight. Let's have some fun. You know, like I said, thank you guys for watching everything. If you like what you see, share it, put it out there. You know, help me help the world. So with that being said, I'm going to bring in, his name is Eric Backstrom. I don't know where is that. Eric Backstrom.
Yeah.
What's up, bud?
What's going on?
Not much. So, tell me a little bit about the car business. Tell me about, first of all, I'm proud of you for, when you came in here, I wasn't sure you were even going to be able to sell cars. I'm not gonna
I wasn't
lie.
either.
I mean, you dressed like this, which you look good, dressed good, clean cut kid, but I knew you were driving some time, to get down to what, hour or so away?
Yeah, it's about an hour from where I live. So.
What did you do before this?
Before this, I was actually I was in flooring. So flooring installation. It was back breaking and knee crushing experience.
Okay.
It didn't make a whole lot of money. So I was struggling off the bat there. To pay bills, and it was a pretty average job, or at least what I thought to be just an average career.
Okay.
So
Average. How do you feel about being
exactly.
average?
Then I was okay with it.
Okay.
This whole experience through, my buddy Mikey Cunis,
Yep.
calling me saying, hey, you know, I got a job for you. Come down here and try it out, you know. You know, came down here. First day, I can like vividly remember sitting in that office and wondering what in the hell am I doing here. I don't know anything about the business. I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost.
Right.
And you know, it was very intimidating being around a bunch of other salesmen that, you know, had been here for a while, especially when you come up to me and the first thing you say is, hey, I'm Mark, I'm the top guy here. So I mean, I was like, well, you know, at least I'm around some people that know what's going on. Hopefully I can pick something up.
Now I knew nothing about that. I didn't know you were in flooring, but I do know that you were in the Marines?
No, Army.
Yep. All right. So I don't know. I knew you were in some sort of special force. So tell me a little bit about that. I mean, I know you still go places, right? Or
yeah, it wasn't quite like a special operations or anything like crazy.
I mean, it's still more than I did. So but congratulations and thank you.
No, thank you. So I mean, I joined right out of high school. I went to, I guess you could say, a bad kids military academy for the last portion of my high school career because, you know, I was getting into drinking, truancy problems, failing, you know, basically on the edge of not passing.
Okay.
And so, you know, I went in there with an open mind that, you know, if I'm continue on this path, I am going to destroy my life. There's going to be nothing left. So I went into this 6-month program, you know, taken away from family, friends, no TV, none of that stuff. You lived on a military base, you know, went to school, they broke you down to build you up type thing. And so, you know, graduated from that super, you know, it was probably one of the proudest moments of my life at that point in time. Okay. And then I knew after that, you know, I wanted to go into the military. So joined the Army, and here I am almost 8.5 years later. Okay. I still go up and do my guard training every once a month. So, you know, that
cool.
Takes one.
How old are you?
26.
26. Yeah. You're an old man. So let's talk a little bit about your some of the struggles that you've had, because this video, like I said, is going to be light and kind of we're going off the cuff here. So
sure.
Some of your struggles as far as coming from never selling a car to where you're at. I mean, you got to be, you know, second or third, I would think, right now.
Right.
This month here.
Yep.
Tell me what some of the biggest problems that you had was.
Well,
because what I'm trying to do here is there's going to be some new people out here watching this tonight.
Sure.
They're selling phones, they're selling cars, they're selling insurance. They're starting from the bottom. So what you can do is help. We can help give them a jump start.
Sure.
In the sales for
sure.
So.
Sure. So I mean, like I had, you know, mentioned when I first got here, I'd never had any sales experience. I had customer service, you know, experience dealing with people, dealing with difficult customers, and all walks of life. And so, I mean, I had people skills. That was the one advantage that I felt I did have coming into business. I knew nothing about cars. I am not a gearhead whatsoever. So coming in, and not only do I have to learn a sales process, but now I have to learn how many different makes and models that we have sitting out here.
We have 12 stores, so we have everything.
Yep. So
Plus
I mean, 3,000, over 3,000 cars. So it was extremely, it was a huge hill to climb for me. And you know, I thought it was, you know, I had to know everything about everything. And the more that I've hung around you, Ron's sales class was great, but the more I've hung around you, you know, you really started to instill the whole, it's not really the car business. It's a people business. It's customer service. I mean, it's taking care of your customers and letting them know that, you know, you're going to be there for them to take care of them.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, I've gotten used to saying, yeah, I'm not going to know everything. And I'm comfortable with now saying that to a customer. Hey, you know, I might not know everything about this. In fact, you might know a little bit more than me.
Sometimes
you've done your homework. So, I mean, I've gotten a lot more comfortable talking. You know, that was definitely a thing. I sat in that office, you know, I was doing my training. I was like writing down all the Cardone notes and doing all this stuff. And then you came in and you said, you know, I was in your exact same position, however many months ago, sitting in the same office, not quite sure what I was supposed to, do,
Right.
but then I just went out and did it. Fortunately, you started a little bit quicker, so, but, that's just your mentality. I was a little bit more shy and reserved towards it. I didn't just dive out, and that's what I'm starting to do now, just attack, what I was afraid of.
Right. Absolutely. I can see you becoming more, I want to say more like a chameleon a little bit. You're able to dive into different situations because you have our customer base is a little bit all over the place down here, if you will.
Yep.
So you've been able to adapt really nicely to each situation, whether it be the credit situation, whether they're rich,
Yep.
poor,
Yep.
whatever it's going to be, you've been able to do a good job. And that's, I want to commend you on that. But let me ask you this. What do you think? Now, there was a time that you were going to quit, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And I'm obviously I'm last to know
Yep.
this because I don't know. I'm not up into tune with everything that's going on, but I hear what's going on. And then what you came to talk to me a little bit. What was one of the reasons that you didn't want to quit?
One of the biggest reasons, and I sat back in that office it was a couple days ago, last week, whatnot, and I was offered a position at another dealership that was a high volume dealership. So, the pay plan, wasn't as good. So, but at that time I was like, I'm sucking. I'm only putting out 3 cars a month. There's got to be something I'm doing wrong. I understand it's November, December, January, February, slow months of the year, whatever. But I was so down on myself motivationally that I started to, I feel like maybe roll some of that off onto the customer. So, that probably...
Which goes to a lot of things that talk about every day. If you breathe negativity, you're going to breed negativity.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So once you start creating that negative flow
Yep.
every single day, your customers can feel it.
Right, exactly. And so, I sat back in there and I said something specific to you that even though I was offered this position elsewhere and they had a guaranteed pay plan and all this stuff and I could be comfortable, I wanted to, something called me back, something about this place, something about this atmosphere, something about you, Mark. I've had, the more I've hung around you, the more I've taken in advice, the more, all this stuff, it has really allowed me to take a good look at what I was doing, where I can make my improvements, and but the motivational thing was a big thing for me. The more I've had a positive attitude, the more these good things have started happening. Right. So right. It's that success is breeding success thing. So
basically, you said you're not going to be able to find another Mark Jennison anywhere else.
That's actually, yeah, that was exactly the words I said. Is I want to leave, I want to do this, but this place has so many opportunities for success, and there isn't another Mark Jennison out there that's going to be able to help me succeed. So
they're probably out there, but they're just not so willing to give it away. That's my thing. I want to give back. So, what do you think has been, aside from the motivation, what do you think is the biggest thing you've taken away from me that we can actually put out for people? From like, what type of value can we give these guys right now? The guys that are starting, the 3-4 car guys, the guys that, what tips do you have that I can elaborate on maybe? What do you think is going to help them go? It's been a while since, I never sold 3 or 4 cars. But you know what I'm saying? What can I do to help someone else?
Aside from the motivation factor, getting out there and helping people with steps of the sale, as you're talking about eventually doing, getting that out there. That's going to be a very important tool. Just understanding that necessarily product knowledge is an important piece to the business, but at the same time, like he said, this is a people business, so you really need to be able to connect with people. So aside from motivation, probably the biggest thing is going to be helping people through steps of the sale. That's what I'd like, and to up my phone game as well. You kill it through the phones. Your massive action is through the phones.
That seems to be where everyone wants from me, and I think that's got to be where I put the core of the stuff. But
right.
The question I was going to ask you is, would you buy my stuff?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to take it for free if that's okay with you, but no, it's good stuff. It really is good stuff. I mean, I'd be a fool not to use the tools that are in front of me. I mean, and I really do appreciate the experience of not only being brought on, but into the circle, if you will, and learning as much as I can from this guy, because his stuff is gold. I mean, if you really listen to the motivation and eventually the training portion of what he's going to bring to the table, it's really going to allow you to move from selling 3, 4, 5 cars to now I'm working on number 12 out the door and I still got time left. I mean, it's been hanging around you that has really brought me to the light, if you will, in that sense.
I think you're just still, I think you've got a bright future in front of you. I think we're just cresting, getting to the top of this little hill, and there's more mountains to climb, obviously.
Yep.
But I would like to see, this is essentially my exit strategy. I would like to leave an impact on this particular dealership, and the group in a whole. I would like to see you beat the amount. If I leave in 8, 9, 10 months, whatever it's going to be, or I shouldn't say leave, but I'm doing a different avenue. I would like to see you sell 40, 50 cars.
Yeah, I'd love to.
More than I did.
I'd love to be there,
because all it does is make me realize that I must have known what I was talking about.
Right, and I mean, and it's really a drive thing too. I was thinking about this actually the other day.
Let's talk about that. I don't mean to cut you off.
Sure.
What drives you at this moment right now? At 26 years old of age, what's driving you?
To be honest, it's the success. It's wanting so much better than being average, like what I talked about earlier. I was at an average job, just doing average things. So to me, looking at success, the success that's possible, and following your story of, building this company at 27, I'm like, heck, I'm 1 year away from 27. What have I done? This has really motivated me to really push for success, for really wanting something better. I mean, not just having the average, mediocre. I really want to be able to go far. I want to succeed. I want to do the best I possibly can in the industry.
Great. So, Eric, if there's one thing that I really want you to take away from working with me over this next year, and as I'm reaching out to mentor you, because I truly want to grab you underneath my wing and help you. I want to help everybody, but I'm going to start with you. I had to start somewhere, right? So you're going to be my first student. You'll be my best student, if you will.
Exactly.
And I want to push towards drive. And you just a second ago told me something. Tell me what that drive, because you didn't have that same drive.
Not when I walked through the door.
Okay.
Or
4 months ago.
Yeah.
And so it slowly started shifting from being around me and
the positivity, the group, all that stuff. I mean, the group has been amazing. You've been amazing. It's brought me back faith-wise. It's brought me back my motivation. All this stuff. And, I really want to say that I lacked the drive in life before. I was okay with the average thing like I was talking about. But what you have taught me is the drive, no matter what business, no matter, if you're working at McDonald's, if you're working at a dealership, if you're building an empire, no matter what it is, it's the drive that the drive to do anything. You got to want to be the best at anything and everything you're doing. And sure, the tools, being able to pick up the wording on the phone scripts or stuff like that, those are all tools that you can ingrain into yourself over time after repetition. You can become a master at it, but it's the mindset that you actually have to change in order to push yourself to want to go to the next level. It can't just be, I'm going to wake up and, like you always say, I'm going to make a couple phone calls or, go do this. And, I've moved away, as much as I can to go towards the positive direction. And that's what's really helped me overall. So
you have been listening to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you truly have. I mean,
yeah.
You couldn't have the same conversation with me 5 weeks ago.
No, absolutely not.
So in these short 5 weeks of working with me, we've made a significant impact.
And it wasn't even really working side by side. Like
it's paying attention, taking notes,
paying attention.
learning by osmosis.
For the longest time, I would actually, as you were closing deals, I'd be walking past, listening, can I pick up like something here or there, maybe write it like some magic something or something, you know what? But what I was missing was, like I said, it was the want, it was the drive, to be the
Right.
best.
Right.
So,
Well, that's great. So I appreciate you coming on tonight.
oh, thank you very
obviously.
much.
And as you guys see, everyone out there, as you guys see, I am truly here to help. My results have been amazing for me, but they're only going to carry me so far. Okay? For me to actually get out there and make results, I need to help him. I need to help you. I need to help as many people in this world get what they truly want. Like he said, they need to find the want, find the drive, find the desire, find the passion, find the forward progress and momentum to move further into your life, because average sucks. I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't want to be average at anything, and I don't think you do either.
Not anymore. No.
So here's the deal. Here's Eric Backstrom, right? That's how you say it.
Yep.
Find him on Facebook. If you find him on Facebook, you can, like his page. We can kind of monitor his progress, if you will, through what we're going to be doing. I'm going to put him under my wing for the next. You got 9 months, about maybe.
It's more than enough time.
Depending. So, and truly, actually, like I said, if you like my stuff and you want to know more from me, ask some questions, send me some emails. I'm on Facebook all the time. Mark Jennison. What's my
It's Facebook.com/The Comeback Corner.
Facebook.com/The Comeback Corner. Check me out there. Also, we got YouTube. We got a YouTube channel out there. We got Twitter. I'm going to start doing some Periscopes. I really want to get more interactive. So if there's anything that you guys think, right now, I'm willing to put out a little bit of a few pieces to help. Pretty soon, Comeback Academy is going to be coming live, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to teach you guys everything I know. And hopefully, you guys can outdo everything I do. I mean, because truthfully, I would love to see people beat and shatter everything that I do. So, with that being said, thanks for tuning in to the 5th edition of the Comeback Corner. We'll talk to you soon.